And as you stand, just notice, where do you feel the weight moving down through the body? You've been sitting possibly for a while. And just allow yourself to now start to feel that pelvic floor. So maybe take your legs a little wider, maybe turn the feet out a little bit. Oh, I need to move my camera. And do some of the pelvic floor stuff that we did earlier. Just tune in, so we want to have that foundation. So put one hand on your pubic bone, one hand on your sit bones, and then just feel them move together and apart. You can inhale or exhale here to your heart's content. And then one hand on your pubic bone, another hand on your other sit bone. Feel them move apart and away. One hand on your pubic bone, one hand on your tailbone. Just feel them move apart and away. Just sort of warming up that pelvic diamond. Then one hand on your tailbone, one hand on your sit bone, and move them apart and away. You can approach your sit bone from either the front or the back, you'll find. And then a hand on the sit bone, and then move your sit bone and your tailbone apart and away. Moving us down, giving us that foundation of the root into our legs, grounding down. And now the tailbone and the pubic bone. And just feel that sense of that. Now moving up, taking your hands into this crease, into the lower abdomen where your hip bones are, feeling that sloshy kundalini, that sloshy snake-like feeling of waking up in that second chakra region. So I'm finding my bladder, my uterus, my prostate, my rectum, all down here in the realm of my second chakra, and then my gonads, my ovaries, my vas deferens if I'm a man. Just feel that creative flow. Feel that creative flow moving. So just allow yourself to move your hips around, have some fun in there. Circles are nice because because it's fluid. We're talking about fluid structures here, and fluids move in spirals and circles. They don't move in straight lines. And then from there, go ahead and bring your hands up to your navel from the adrenal point of view. So go ahead and take your hands back to where your kidneys might be. Bring it down to your belly button. Just feel that connection. We're building the foundation so that when we move into the heart, it'll be a more spacious, non-judgmental place, hopefully. And now just start to feel yourself connecting from that adrenal place into your belly button, the umbilical cord area. And just now start to feel a little bit of that exhale, maybe a little Uddiyana Bandha. And now start to play around with that belly button region of your navel. And then start to do your own little improvisation here of navel radiation from the belly to the limbs. So finding just a little bit of that for a minute. We're going to revisit it in a little bit more depth. Can I find that belly to limb expression? You don't have to be standing. You might be. We're not going to spend much time there. And now come back up to standing if you got down on the floor. This is a very brief warm-up. And now place your hands on your lower ribs here in the front. Just dig your fingers up underneath your rib cage and then cough, and that's your diaphragm. Find your diaphragm, trace it all the way around. You may not be able to get underneath because your lower back ribs go pretty close to the pelvis on some people, and there's a lot of muscle and tendon back there protecting things. You know, the diaphragm, when you've exhaled all your air out, even though it attaches to the lower ribs, goes all the way up as high as right behind where your nipples would be. So it goes all the way up to here when your lungs are deflated. And as you inhale, it goes all the way, it can go all the way down. So just put your hands back on your lower back ribs and start to feel that sense of breath now moving from the diaphragm down and back up. And then bring your hands around to the front, right below the diaphragm, placing sort of in that place where the xiphoid process is. So you've got your sternum, the manubrium, you've got that bone here, and then that little dangly bone right. Don't go too hard because it's a small bone. Don't want to break it off. But right where that xiphoid process sort of hangs like the uvula of your rib cage, right here. A little below that. Just allow yourself to put your hands on where you think the head of your pancreas might be. And to start to feel that 6-pointed star moving out the top of your head, out your tail, through your legs, through your arms. And feel that point of where your pancreas is as the center of that spacious interlocking triangles. So I'm more concerned with the periphery instead of the periphery as my initiation versus my center as my initiation. And just give a nod to digesting the sweetness that is life, that life offers me. And then move your hands up to where you think your heart might be-ish. And one hand on your heart and one hand on one of your lungs. And just start to move your lung just gently around your heart. What that would feel like. And then move your lung away and your heart can move the other way. So your heart can rotate different directions and your lungs can rotate around that ball of the heart. So let's have the heart-lung thing be like a ball and socket joint here. Just play a little bit. With one side and let it go. Just see how your sides feel. And then the other side, heart, and your other lung. This is just our little exploration warm-up. Can I find my lung tissue? Might be really small. Might, if you don't think you're doing it right, who cares? Just do what you're doing. Let it take you where it's going to take you. No quiz here. Doesn't matter if you understand anything. Let your body be acknowledged. Let your body understand at a level your mind doesn't, perhaps. And then come back to the center. And notice standing. Has the weight distribution in your body, has your orientation changed by just doing that little warm-up? What's different? What's the same? Great, let's go down to the ground. From here, hug the knees into the chest. And inhale, legs away, and then exhale, bring your knees in. So first, let me think about doing it from my navel center, whatever that means to you, from my belly, from the adrenals. So navel radiation. And then release and come down. And now take it from everything coming from the pancreas. So now I'm going to be coming more from my feet into my body and my feet moving away from my body. Instead of everything coming in from my belly, I'm going to feel my feet coming into my body, my feet leading my body, and just see if this changes your experience of this dynamic apanasana. You don't have to do it on the breath because these are embryological patterns. We weren't really breathing with our movement at that time. So we're going below the pattern of our breath right now. And then release and come down and just notice if there's a change in your body, change in your mind from using that orientation. Bring the knees into the chest, arms out to the side and letter T. Inhale, exhale, slowly lower your knees over to your left, head to the right, and then inhale back to the center. Go as far as you're comfortable with your twist. And now instead of thinking of the twist coming from the navel center, let's think of it as more of a blood thing, as more of a heart. Like, what if your blood shaped your heart instead of your heart shaping your blood? What if your heart's the shape of it the way it is because your blood is the way it is? So the contents shaped the container here. Just an idea. So I've got all this blood running up and down my central channel into my heart. Can I feel this sense of my central channel staying center as my lungs rotate around that heart pump? So my lungs roll in, and then my right lung rolls out. My left lung follows my knees as I roll to the right, and then my left lung opens to bring my body back. So can I initiate from my right lung to roll me to the left, and my right lung to roll me back to center, and then my left lung to roll me over to the right, and then my left lung to roll me back to center. Just feel those lungs massaging the heart, possibly. From here, we're going to go a little bit further and take the lungs, rolling you over to the left, and then your right arm will come over the top of your head and fold into like a loose fetal position, really opening up the back of your heart. And then inhale, feel that heart, the back of your heart opening like a vessel through your hand, rolling the heart, rolling in the lungs, which brings yourself back. So exhale, we're going to start with the lung rolling over, and then the heart, bringing your hand over into a little fetal position, and then that connection from my heart to my top hand, opening up as my heart starts to roll back towards center, and then my lungs follow. So now I'm going, lungs take me over, heart begins to roll, hand follows, and then from the hand, heart, lung to bring me back to center. Take it again, lung, heart rolls in, hand rolls in, hand rolls out, heart opens, lung opens. Take it one more time per side. Let it be juicy. Don't worry about getting it right. Just feel everything, giving everything a big hug in there. A nice spacious hug. And this next time, take it all the way over and see if you can roll all the way over onto your side up to fours. And then from there, can I find some sort of left lung rolling me down, back onto my back, and taking me to my other side, and maybe rolling me up onto fours. And now my right lung, moving to my right heart, rolling me back to my back, rolling me up to my other side. Don't worry about how it looks. And then feeling my left lung and my left arm and heart rolling down, organs following as I move to the other side. Let's have some fun with this. If you're on a really hard surface, it might not be that fun, but it might be, who knows? And then to the other side, and then just stay on your back. Take a little mini shavasana here and just feel. Can you feel that blood moving in your body? That energy flowing. The communication. One thing about the heart, there's a lot of timing there, but there's also a lot of communication that happens through that fluid structure of the blood. Let's roll back over onto fours. Gonna just tune in with the kidneys a little bit because kidneys and blood and heart and blood are really connected. So curl your right toe underneath, inhale up, and then exhale, slide the hips back. Inhale back up, and then exhale, slide it back. Can you feel that? Inhale, the lungs floating, you're carrying the heart forward, and the lungs carrying the heart back. As you move up and back, can you feel your lungs together in the front so your heart doesn't fall out of your chest here? Letting my lungs hold my heart in my chest so my heart isn't leaking out my front. One more time up. And then exhale, slide back, stay back. You're stretching out that right foot. And then inhale from that lower left lung. Feel that move up through your heart and arm to lift your left arm up. And then exhale, lower it down. Feel that long length of the lung. Inhale, back it up, back up. And then exhale, lengthen it back down. All of this is moving us into that spacious, airy quality of the heart with that grounded sense of self involved. One more time, up and down. And take your left hand, slide it underneath, come up under your fours, and you'll be into this lovely, spacious twist here. Right hand by your face. And now following the line of energy from the center of your palm, up your arm, through your shoulder blade, let it move right into the middle lung lobe, right behind your heart. And feel that heart and hand connection here. And the lungs giving it some spongy support in the rib cage. Inhale 6, exhale 6. I'm going to turn my facing. So now you can take your right leg behind you. And now from that place of the pelvic floor, the gonads, into allowing all of that pelvic floor, gonads, adrenals to feed into that sense of support for the heart, pouring down that energy. So I'm not arching my back and breaking here. I'm seeing, can I use all of those chakras, all of those glands to feel my leg light? And release it back down. Inhale, come on up. Take a moment and feel. Good. Curl your left toe underneath, and I'm feeling that sense of my left side of my lungs. And exhale back. Inhale up. And exhale, slide it back. So I might be feeling that energy from propulsion from my kidney gonads moving me up into my heart. At the same time, my heart's just not leaping out of my chest here. I'm feeling my lungs hold and support my heart in my chest so my heart can remain the central organizing structure. It's not a leader. It's not a follower. It's center. It's a central organizing structure. I'm not going to make my heart follow when its job isn't to follow. I'm not going to make my heart lead where maybe its job isn't to lead. Maybe its job is just to hold and be center, a center point of view from a physiological place, and maybe more than physiological. Stay down, breathing into that kidney 1 point on the bottom of the foot, and then inhale to that right lung lengthening up and down. Take it up and down a few times on your own breath. Can I find that length? Connecting those tubes. Those 2 tubes of blood before it spirals into the heart. those two tubes of little kidneys before they turn into kidneys and gonads. Good, and then inhale up, take your arm out to the side, thread it through, feel that connection between right in the center of your palm, that's one of the heart points, moving all the way up through your arm, into your middle lung lobe, behind your shoulder blade, left hand by the face. Again, my heart's in my chest, my lungs are around my heart, supporting the placement of my heart. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Connecting that hand all the way into the center of the heart there. Slide your left leg back if you like, finding that connection between the pelvic floor, the gonads, the adrenals, that lightness of the leg. So I'm connecting now my limbs from my periphery or somewhere else, depending on where you're doing it. It's not a right way, there's not a wrong way. Exhale, lower your leg down. Inhale, come on up. Take a moment on all fours. If you want to shake it out a bit, go right ahead. Then curl the toes under, slide it up into downward facing dog pose. In down dog. Instead of pushing the heart forward, can you feel the lungs holding the heart in the chest? So there's holding, hugging that heart. So you're not spilling your heart out everywhere. Just like we're not arching the back and having the gut spill out and having our prana and fire leak out our navel center. I'm not leaking out my heart energy through, I'm not leaking my heart energy out either. I'm really finding my heart as that place in the middle of my chest. And as I open up and feel that connection between the palms of my hands into my heart, I can feel a widening between my shoulder blades as the back of my heart, the place where all that communication and transaction happens, become more receptive, become more awake, acknowledge the transactions that's happening back there. Step your right leg forward, turn the feet parallel to face the long edge of the mat. Bend your right leg, place your left hand on the floor or a block, and you can walk it closer and closer over to the right leg depending on how bendy you are. But for right now, take your hand onto the sternum, onto your chest, and then as you inhale, just feel like your hand is holding your bone there. Just allow your ribs to rotate to the right, and then exhale back down to the center. And then allow your hand to guide your lungs. And then maybe your hand to help you feel your heart rotate. Your heart just rotates on its axis like a barbershop pole. And then back down. So now, can I find that heart rotating me 1 or 2 times? And then maybe my lungs rotating me. So my right lung will move up and my left lung will move down and vice versa. And then maybe my ribs rotating me. And can I get 3 different expressions of that rotation? And then pick one you like. Extend your top arm up, so the right arm's up, and then feel that connection between the palm of your right hand through your heart into the palm of your left hand. Maybe give a nod to your first rib or right underneath your collarbone and feel a little bit more width and space. The heart in the middle of your body. One more breath in And then exhale, release the hands to the mat. Walk your hands around, spin your right foot forward. So now I'm in the lunge, left knee back onto the floor. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, lengthen that left side body down. So we did something similar to this in all fours. Now I'm starting to feel the sense of spaciousness in my front body. And as I go up and down, can I maintain that spaciousness in my back body? From here, keeping my fingers long, twisting to the right, tailbone dropping down, really making it about my heart. So it's not going to be as big a motion because I'm not using a lot of muscle and bone here. Can I feel my lungs either carrying the heart or supporting the movement of the heart? And then exhale, come back to center. And I know those of you want to go do a deeper twist, don't worry. Hands to the mat, step it back into downward facing dog pose. Notice the difference. If you want to walk or jump your feet between your hands and come to standing, just to feel how your body's responding to this. Like what feels like it's blooping out, what feels like it's being able to express itself by moving down, what feels like it's blooping in, what feels like it's expressing itself by moving up, or something else. Don't worry about it if you feel not balanced right now. We've got time. When you're ready, come back down to downward facing dog any way you like. And when you did that, did your heart lead you? Is your heart still in your chest? Or did you let your heart be carried? You have a habit of leading with your heart, of making your heart be a leader. Go ahead and take your left leg forward, spin. Now my bum is towards you. Bend your left leg. It'll give you a different point of view. Left hand down. I'll face this direction. So my left hand is on my sternum, and I'm going to just move either my ribs to the twist and move my ribs back down, or I'm going to allow my lungs to move up and my lungs to move down, or I'm going to feel the rotation of my heart initiate the lungs and ribs. So play around with that a few times. See if you can feel the difference between initiating from the heart, which stays in the center, or the lungs moving and holding the heart. And this is just 3 of many options here, okay? So you might be coming up with some other ones that you want to explore, go right ahead. Or just feeling the ribs move. And then find when you like. I'm going to start with that heart one because I want to stay really center and move the arms up, feeling the left center of the left palm, moving it down the center of your left arm through your shoulder blade, moving into the heart, moving down into your right palm. So you're feeling that connection. You're giving yourself a psychic applause there. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Heart has a tendency to want to roll out. If you're a leader there, keep it staying in. Allow the width between your shoulder blades. Just get juicy in there. I'm going to turn my facing here. Actually, I can stay where I am. And then exhale, release your arm down. Spin your left foot around to, you'd be at the front of your mat, but I'm facing you now. Right leg down. Feel that sense of from below, I can bring my heart up. And if I don't feel that yet, I can use my arm. And then inhale. From below, I'm supported. My back stays open. Exhale down. I feel that breath now as my heart is being carried by my lungs, being supported by my pelvic floor, my ovaries, my vas deferens, my testes, my adrenals, my kidneys, my pancreas, my diaphragm. And then to stay there, inhale, come to long here, and now feel the lungs rotate you around. That heart stays in the middle. Inhale 6, exhale 6. It's slippery on a carpet. Can it be enough to just feel your heart in the middle? Does it have to lead? Does it have to retreat? Exhale back down, hands to the mat, downward facing dog pose. Walk or jump your feet between your hands to Uttanasana. Bend the legs, feel from the back of your heart out to the arms like wings coming all the way up to standing. And then exhale, hands to the heart in prayer. This mudra is really great to help us come back into the center. If you look up in the mudra books, this is a centering mudra, and it relates to the heart. So heart as a place, an orientation of center. So bring our hearts back into center, not puffed out, which isn't center. Just feel, can I feel my heart in the middle of my body? From that place, take a moment. Feel center dripping down to my legs. Feel center dripping up through the sides of my neck, into my ears, into my eyes, out the top of my head. Release the arms. Let's go ahead and take a wide stance. Rotate your right foot out, left foot in. Bend that front leg. Now we're going to take some of these, moving from the pancreas. Again, you're going back a little to the navel center here as we sort of keep supporting and releasing, supporting and releasing. So I'm going to inhale from my fingertips, take it up into reverse warrior, and then exhale into warrior 2. I'm feeling my fingertips, my periphery, and then inhale side angle pose from my fingertips, and then exhale back into warrior 2. So I'm not bending my arm here through the middle. That would be more navel radiation. So inhale, reverse, feeling that fingertips, and then feeling that periphery, and back up. There's another game we can play, and we will. Just take a moment and just keep feeling that spaciousness. If you're feeling that, do one more round. Last time. And then go ahead and don't do a vinyasa here because I want you to really have a strong sense of the A-B. And just notice, do you feel lighter, brighter, more grounded? Where is the energy that you're feeling? And is it sort of outside or is it inside? What's the quality of the energy that you're feeling? More spacious, more compressed. There's no right and wrong. Take the legs wide again. Rotate your left foot out, right foot in, warrior 2. And now we're going to do it more from navel radiation. So as we do the same movements, really from that navel. So as I inhale, I'm going to feel everything coming through the middle. So my arm will be bent as I go into reverse. And then exhale, I'm going to come up through warrior 2. And then I'm going to bend the arm to go to side angle. So I'm really about moving everything through the middle, through my belly and out. And then move it through the middle to the back. And then move it to the middle to warrior 2. Then move it from the middle to side angle and keep going. So I'm feeling that orientation of that 6-pointed star with the asterisk looking thing. Take it a couple more times. For me, it's very different energy, very different mind. I like them both, so it's not like I have a preference. On some day I will have a preference, depending on the day. Do one more round for yourself, or finish the round that you're on. And then bring yourself back through the navel center. Stand and feel, and notice, is there a difference? Does it feel different in any way than the first side? You may or may not have a sense of it, but you might have a very clear sense of it. You might have a very clear preference. You might have no preference, but just, oh, interesting information. Like, this is what cumin tastes like, and this is what cloves taste like. And I like them both. Okay, let's go ahead and do, on the first side, navel radiation again. So we're going to do this. So we're going to have that first side with that, what we just did. So just so we have that type of energy. So go ahead and inhale, reverse warrior, exhale, warrior two, inhale, side angle, exhale, warrior two. Just notice that sense of weight, that sense of presence as you go through reverse warrior, warrior two, and side angle. Feel the weight shift in the feet. Like, make it about, where's my weight? Where am I? Let's do one more round. You could be going at a completely different tempo than me. Please do go at the tempo of you. And then come back up to warrior two. Come back to standing and take a moment and feel. Now, where is that sense of weight? How is it moving through your legs and your body? Where's your sense of space? How is that moving? What's your relationship? Do you feel, what's your attitude like? How did the mind change? Any perception of what's happening in your heart, your emotions? Take the legs wide. One more time, we'll do the second side again. This time, instead of doing the pancreas, we're going to add something that's slightly different, and just put your fingers around your diaphragm. It's like you got a little disc with the thoracic body, the diaphragm, and just going to like make your body move from that disc, like it's a flying saucer, like back into reverse warrior, back into warrior two, your flying saucer is taking you over into side angle, back into warrior two. Take it just from that disc a few times. So you're not using your arms, but I'm really feeling that taking that spaceship idea here in my diaphragm and that thoracic body. It's almost lifting off of my pelvis. So it's not about my weight shift. It's about moving me through space on this flying saucer. Finish the round that you're on. I know we didn't use our arms. That's okay. And then when you're done with the round you're on, come back to the center, stand and feel now. What do you feel? How's the center? How's your sense of weight, of space, of something else? Does anybody have anything they want to say about this at this point? I'm just going to scroll really quickly. You don't have to. I'm just checking in. I'm not seeing any hands fly up. Gee, we just want to practice. I got it. Oh, was that your hand, Christine?
No, but I did want to say that the differences for me are very stark. I can really notice the difference.
Cool. Do you have any language behind the difference?
I think with the arms and the moving from more of like that lateral movement, I feel a lot more spaciousness. Mm-hmm. And then with the navel center, it's more internal and heavy.
Cool. Thanks. Thanks for sharing that. Anybody else have anything they want to say before I walk away? You can always talk about it afterwards too. Okay, I'm not seeing hands, so I'm going to go on, but you can always interrupt me. Okay, thank you. Back to the mat for Jean. Yes, here I am. Now with that in mind, let's go ahead and take our feet together, clasp our right wrist around our left hand, and now feel we're going to be moving actually my skeleton up a little bit. So I'm moving my ribs up a little bit as I drop my pelvis down. Now I'm going to breathe into my lower, then middle, then upper lung lobe of my left lungs. So now as I get my body in this shape, I'm going to back off my most extreme shape and now allow my ribs to move because my lungs are inflating. So can I move my ribs because I'm inflating my lungs? As I inflate my lungs, my lower, my middle, my upper lung lobes, can I also feel my middle, my more medial lung massaging the left side of my heart? And then inhale, come up, float the arms down, take a moment, stand and feel, and just notice how does that feel? What's that experience for you? Weight-wise, spaciousness-wise, sense of ease or flow, or not. The mind, where's the mind? Take the feet together. Now clasp your right wrist with your left hand. We're going to take our body over to the sides. We're going to give ourselves a twist, then back, give ourselves the side bend, then back off a bit, and to let the lungs now take over. Breathing into the lower, middle, and upper lung lobes of your right lungs. And then keep breathing, inhaling it, full exhale, full inhale, and then allow the middle, the midline of your lungs to now move your right lungs into the right side of your heart, massaging the right side of your heart here. Saying, hi, heart. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, float everything down. And just notice if you feel any more sense of space or ease. Shoulders, hips, wherever. It can be anywhere. What's changed or not changed for you? What's your weight, your space, relationship? Great. We're going to move into one of the sun salutes. Moving my mat because it's scooting. And as we inhale up, I'm going to feel that sense of keeping, because the tendency here, because we've all been trained in yoga, is to squeeze the shoulder blades together to stick the heart out. Let's not do that. Let's allow the lungs to hold the heart like they're in a bed. So I'm going to let my heart rest in the bed of my lungs as I move into the back space. And when I bring my arms back, I'm going to keep it nice and wide. I'm not going to squeeze my muscles together there. I'm going to keep it wide and still have that sense of openness across the collarbones. And then as I come forward, feel my lungs now moving across the front to hold my heart in the rib cage. So it's going to be a dance of the heart holding, the dance of the lungs holding the heart when your body's forward, and the dance of the lungs supporting the heart from behind when the body's in more of a back bend position. Okay, you'll recognize the sun salute, most of you. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale over Uttanasana. Feel the lungs come together to support the heart so it's not falling out of your chest. Inhale, right leg goes back to the lunge. Bring the body up. Lungs, hold the heart. Exhale, bring your back leg up. Clasp the hands behind the back. Lungs, hold the heart in the front as you stretch out your shoulders here. Keeping space in the back of the heart. Release the arms down. Inhale, come up through chair all the way to standing. Again, feeling my lungs hold my heart in the back. And then exhale, everything comes to the center. I'll say that again with the heart lung thing. If you already know it and got it, just ignore me. Inhale up. Exhale over, feeling the lungs hold the heart, hug the heart as you move forward. Inhale. Left leg goes back. Lungs are going to hold the heart, support the heart. Let the heart rest in the bed of the lungs. Exhale. Lungs move forward, heart rest in the middle as you bring your back leg up. Clasp the hands behind your back. Bend the legs, release the arms down towards the floor. Feel that heart in the middle now. The heart is your central organizing structure as everything comes into center. For some of you, you know this is Sun Salute L. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale over Uttanasana. Feel the hugging of the heart. Right leg goes back. Inhale, float it up. Rest. The lungs support the heart. Exhale, come forward. Clasp the hands behind. Lungs are holding the heart in the chest. Bend the legs, release the arms. Inhale, come up through chair all the way to standing. What would it be if the heart was the supporting central structure here and everything moved towards center on that last exhale? Again, inhale, float the arms up. Exhale over Uttanasana. Feel that support for your heart. Release your left leg back. Inhale, come up. Again, resting the heart in the lungs. Exhale, come forward. Back leg comes up. Clasp the hands behind the back. Again, I'm not squeezing my heart off. I'm just creating more space. Release the arms down, bend the legs. Inhale, come up through. And now I'm feeling the center, the call of my heart, the call of the center as I bring everything home to center. Let's do one more round. I'll be more quiet now. Inhale up. Exhale, float it over. Support of the heart, carrying my heart. Right leg goes back. Inhale, float arms up. Exhale, cascade forward. Bring that back leg up. Clasp the hands behind your back if you need the cue. Release the arms down, bend the legs, come up through chair. Can I feel that center of my heart bringing me up and everything wanting to come home to the middle? Again, inhale, float the arms up. Last side, exhale over. Heart being supported. Left leg goes back. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, back leg comes up. Clasp the hands behind the back. Bend the legs, come up through chair, all the way to standing. And exhale, everything follows into the spaciousness of my heart. Inhale, float arms up. Exhale over Uttanasana. Feel that lovely holding of my heart. Inhale as I come up to Ardha Uttanasana. I'm not squeezing anything. I'm just feeling that center come forward. Exhale as I slide back to plank position. Pour the weight onto my left hand. Let my lungs carry my heart over to the side. Right arm goes over the head. Feel that sense of big space. So I'm feeling my left lung holding my heart there. Then as I open just a little bit to the ceiling, I'm moving my right lung open just to reveal my heart to the ceiling. Just a little peekaboo there. And then exhale, hands down, slide back to downward facing dog, as now the heart is once again supported in the center of the chest. Inhale 6, exhale 6. I have support for my spaciousness. Come forward to plank. Pour the weight onto your right arm. Feeling that connection from my right hand through my arm, shoulder blade, into my heart, into my other arm. And all that centerness is feeling supported by my lungs now. Take the arm over. My right lung is supporting my heart from below. My left lung is holding my heart so it's not sticking out or falling behind. And then maybe I open my left lung just a smidgen to peekaboo my heart. Feel the rays of my heart joining with the rays of the sun or the moon. The heart's not picky. Joins with any radiance. And then feel my lung come back. Allow myself to come back now to downward facing dog pose. Inhale 6, exhale 6. right leg up into three-legged dog. Similar to what we did yesterday. You open the hips to Kriyangasana. Can I feel that sense of not breaking my back, not breaking my adrenals, but letting that energy from all the way from my right foot propel me all the way through my pelvic floor, my gonads, my kidneys, my adrenals, my pancreas, my diaphragm, into my lungs as I open. If you're ready, you can flip your dog over. I don't know if I am, but if I was, I would feel my lung carrying my heart. My heart is resting here. I'm not sticking my chest out. I'm just allowing my heart to rest in my lungs. And then my lungs will lead, carry back over. And then bring your leg through to warrior one. Inhale, float it up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind you instead of squeezing the shoulder blades together. Keep it nice and open back there. Inhale, so sticking my chest out and forcing my heart out there. Let my heart rest in between my lungs. And then exhale, my lungs hold my heart in the chest. So my heart is completely supported by my duality. My center is supported by my two dual structures of the lungs. I have two lungs to support my center. I have a center to support my duality. Inhale up and down here at your own pace. You might be going slower than me, faster than me. This next time, stay over. Release the arms down towards the floor. Take a moment. Feel the heart soft in the center of the body, supported by the lungs. Spin your back heel up. So my left heel's off the floor. Pouring the weight now, sensing it to between my legs as I bring my left arm up, similar to what we did earlier. And now exhale, feel my lungs rotating me to the right, hands to the heart for rotated side angle pose here. Can I feel my lungs supporting my heart? If I'm feeling connection between my hands via my heart, I can open my arms or drop it down and maybe bind it off. And if my hands touch, my heart is meeting. I'm feeling my heart meet at my hands. So I'm touching my heart by touching my hands together here. Remembering that center structure of the heart, which allows my spine to lengthen as I reconnect to the heart as a central organizing structure, giving me more space for more sides. Release the arms down, rotate that front leg out into pigeon pose. Inhale 6, exhale 6, any pigeon you like. But can you feel your heart resting in your torso? Your pelvic floor breathing. Your second chakra, fluid, swimming. Third chakra, there's that sense of self, yet that spacious sense of self. Not only am I me, but I'm more than me, which prepares me to move into the heart where I'm way more than me. And I'm okay with that. Allow your mind to relax and drain. Just experience your blood, your communication, parts of you communicating, nourishing other parts of you. Remember, blood isn't judgmental. It goes where nourishment is needed. It doesn't hold back. There's no part of us more or less deserving than to receive the nourishment, the life force. that's being offered and is available. And inhale, slowly bring your body up. From here, this may be exactly where you stay. I'm not pushing my heart forward. I'm not pulling my heart forward. I'm not going to pull on my heart. I'm going to let my heart be in the middle. I may decide, however, to lengthen my left leg back a little bit and move my pelvis back away from my spine. I may, however, choose to move my head a little bit more off my shoulders, and then perhaps I bend that back leg and stretch out that quadricep. I am supporting myself rather vigorously on my right hand. I have some things going on in my left side, my left knee and hip this weekend. So I am compensating and making it as spacious for myself as my body can. But I'm not going to stick my heart out to compensate for my tight left knee today. Hopefully not anymore. Nor am I feeling tension in my heart because I am sad about the day when I didn't have a sore left knee. I'm here embracing where I am right here, right now. Because guess what? That's where I am right here, right now. Yeah. And just really by going there, I just got a whole other inch of motion in my quadricep. And release. Slide back into downward dog, please. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Find that center line in your center of you, your blood in the middle of you, your heart in the middle of you. In the middle, we have sides. Left leg up into three-legged. Again, you can play here. I want to play with that pelvic floor opening. If you do choose to flip the dog, can you find it from that place of connecting all the way down into those lower chakras and then allowing the lungs to support the heart on the way over? So I'm not sticking my heart out and going for that pushing of the heart out there. I'm feeling my heart nice and restful, really safe in the bed of my lungs here. And then to come back home, my heart doesn't have to lead me home. It can, but it can also be carried by my lungs and the other chakras. And what fun is that? And then inhale, bring your left leg through to warrior 1, warrior uno. And then exhale, float the arms behind. Resist the temptation to just pull your heart forward and lead with that heart. Let the heart soften as you clasp the hands behind you. And then inhale up. And from that center point in my chest, my lungs supporting my heart on the way down. My lungs carrying myself back up, supporting my heart on the way back. Maybe take some pressure off your heart. And be carried. Be supported. That which supports us in so many ways. Can we just not give it one more thing to do and let it be supported as well? So much pressure on the heart. And then stay forward. Release your arms down. I'm feeling my heart completely supported here. And feel that spiral moving up through your right leg. So your right heel's off the floor. Similar to what we did earlier. Inhale, float that right arm up. And from here, feeling my lungs rotate me to the left. Hands to the heart in prayer. Feeling my lungs support my heart. Maybe that's enough. Maybe I'm feeling the connection from my hands to my heart. Maybe I'm even feeling a deeper connection as my hands possibly can meet each other. Maybe they can, maybe not today. I guess I got it. Surprise, surprise. Inhale 6, exhale 6, softening the heart. And then as you soften the heart, allow that to also feel the spine, the freedom as you relax into that softness of the heart. Lengthen your spine as your head moves away from tail. Tail moves down into heels. One more breath. And release. Rotate that front leg out into the pigeon of your choice. Softening here and just not pouring myself into, dumping into my heart. I'm feeling my heart held in my chest. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Just be with your own blood, with your own heart. Slowly inhale, come up. Stay where, be at your place. It might be really rolled over like I am. You might be in a whole different position with your pigeon. It's up to you. And instead of pushing my heart forward, pulling my heart away from my back leg, what if I just move my back leg away and move my head away so my heart can still rest in the middle? What if that happens today? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. And then perhaps bending that back leg. Do whatever you need to do to support whatever you've got going on. Like I said, this is as much as I've got on this left hip, but I'm not going to poke my chest out to be where I'm not. Allow my heart to move into the center of my body. And as my heart moves into the center, I feel more space for my head to go taller. I feel more space for my guts to go down to support my legs. Inhale 6, exhale 6 if you can. And then release when you are complete. Step back to downward facing dog pose. And then come down and rest on your back, please. Little mini Shavasana. Your heart resting. It's a place of timing, the place of giving and receiving. Where giving and receiving have equal value. Giving and receiving have equal value. Giving and receiving have equal value. The soles of your feet on the floor. And feel the sense, take your hands to the outside of your hips and then just move them in the direction of your inner knees. You might not actually touch my hands, or my arms are not long enough and I don't have to do a sit up here. You can do a sit up there if you want to. Just feel that diagonal. And now inhale, exhale, feel your sense like an undercurve as you lift that tail, lengthen your sacrum, and then inhale back down. And then exhale, feel like an undercurve. And then inhale back down. So just continue that a few more times. And each time you undercurve, you're feeling that heart soften into the chest. Possibly raising, your hips are going higher each time, possibly, but to your comfort. And then eventually stay up in a bridge pose that feels sustainable for you. If you'd like to walk your upper arms together, again, I'm not squeezing my heart here. And I'm still, even though I've walked my upper arms together, I'm still consciously maintaining space between my shoulder blades. So my heart is resting in my chest, not poking out, and I'm not literally eating or swallowing my heart here. I'm not choking on my own heart, which gives my throat way more space. My mind is cool. My eyes are relaxed in the back of my head. I'm feeling that connection from my outer hips to my inner knees, down through my shin bones into my ankles on each side, into my big toes and little toes. As I'm feeling like an undercurve support instead of an overcurve to make a bridge from the top, from the front body, I'm feeling an undercurve swooping from the other side, the second side. And then inhale, come down. Take a moment, either Supta Baddha Konasana, constructive rest, or a mini Shavasana, and just have a sense of your own energy here. Now you can take bridge again, or you can go into wheel if you like. Now with wheel, I invite you to feel find that connection between the palms of your hands into your heart. You feel that support. We didn't really talk about it. Just go ahead and rub your chest a little bit right here. The thymus moving out towards the first rib. And underneath, you've got everything below to support the carrying of the heart instead of lifting the heart. So I'm just going to, from below, for this undercurve, something from beneath picking me up instead of something me hoisting up and over, okay? It's a different energy. And maybe you can even feel an undercurve in the knees instead of my patellas going up and over. And that's the obvious shape. Can I feel a scooping underneath, perhaps? So wherever you are, if you are going to try a wheel or do a wheel today, inhale. And feel that sense of connection between the palms of my hands into my heart, the palms of my feet into my kidneys and my ovaries or my testes, vas deferens, and then inhale. And then exhale, feel that undercurve sweeping you up. So I'm not going as arched from the front body, but I'm feeling almost like a letter U from below. So if I was to make the wheel, I've got one side of the wheel above ground. Can I feel the side of the wheel that connects underneath the ground? So I'm making a full wheel, just not half. Stay there as long as you like. Come down when ready. And then Supta Baddha Konasana, constructive rest, or mini Shavasana to feel your energy now. Notice that flow between the palms of your hands into the blood giving and receiving center of your heart. Can you feel your blood moving in your body? Your energy moving in your space? Go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left for a little through the hole pose. If this is too much strain on your arms, go ahead and put your legs up on a chair or up on a wall. So your heart and arms don't have to work hard here. Feel that heart still moving into the center of you. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Release your left leg down towards the floor. Take your right leg up and out over to the side, opening through your inner thigh. Feel free to take your left hand over your head, allowing your left lungs to be nice and long. And as your left lungs go long, your heart can sink down into that nice long lung bed. And release your right leg down, left arm down, and take a moment and feel. Cross your left ankle over your right for through the whole pose. Inhale 6, exhale 6. Feel your heart soft, spacious. Your mind soft, spacious. Can you relax your face just a little bit more? Relax your brow just a little bit more. Feel that sense of space, an abundant sense of space. There's room, there's plenty of room in the heart. Release your right leg down. Take your left leg out to the side, opening through your inner thigh. Feel free to take your right arm over your head, moving it away from your right foot. That right lung lengthening, so I'm not going to push, my lungs aren't going to push my heart up. My lungs are going to get long and move down towards the floor, allowing my heart to move into the bed of my lungs. And release your left leg down, right arm down. Take a moment and feel. If you need to do anything else for yourself right now before Shavasana, please do so. That will be the next pose. And just allow yourself to be comfortable. Let comfort be okay here. Even if that means breaking a paradigm or breaking a rule, for right now, let comfort be important. Let comfort be a value that you hold important. And bring your attention to the palms of your hands. Breathing into your palms. As you breathe in through your palms, feel that breath move up through the palms, through your arms, and back down and out through your palms. Eventually, as you breathe up through your arms, maybe these two breaths come to meet at your heart. And as you exhale, feel that breath move from your heart out through the palms of your hands. As you feel that pulsing, that breath of energy, of acknowledgement, moving into the heart and from the heart, can you feel your heart filling, receiving, and letting go, emptying, giving? Is there one that in this moment you seem to prefer, the receiving or the letting go, the giving? No judgment either way. Just see if in this moment there is a preference or one that feels easier or more accessible. Don't need to draw any conclusions about it. Just observe for this present moment. And as you breathe in through the palms of your hands into your heart, feel that nourishment, that whatever you brought in, and then exhale it down and out your legs. nourishing, feeding, communicating with your legs. Continue to breathe in through the hands into the heart, and then exhale down and out the legs. Notice that through that journey from heart to legs, they might have to address some things in the torso or the pelvis. Choose to address or not address, but right now in, hands to heart, and then eventually heart out to feet. Now maybe bring it into the hands to heart, and then heart down to tailbone. And take a few rounds on your own, hands to heart, and then heart to wherever you would like to send that nourishment, that energy. Send it wherever you like, in your body, your emotional body, your electrical body, outside of your body. Tapping into that infinite stream as you inhale. You can never empty that source, and then exhale it to wherever you'd like to give it out. And now finally, this last round or two, inhaling and then exhale to your entire being equally. Feeling your whole body, physical body, emotional body, mental body, vibrational, spiritual body. As you breathe out to all of your bodies, feel all of those little breath channels, those little chakras, those little places of acknowledgements, those kundas, those kundalinis awaken. And now as you breathe in, every single one of those is breathing into you. And every single one of those is breathing out. So now just experience your being breathing. And when you're ready, take a deep breath in and release. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes a little bit to find the edges of your brand new physical, mental, emotional, spiritual bodies. Slowly roll your head from side to side to side, just balancing your brain. Feel yourself with that heart as your central organizing structure. And when you're ready, gently roll onto one of your sides into a loose fetal position. And eventually push yourself up into a comfortable seated position for a little pranayama and meditation.